So another week goes by, and to no one's surprise, we have a ton of new updates in the world of AI. So guys, in this video, I'm going to cover some of the top stories that we saw in the world of artificial intelligence over the past week. So be sure to stick around to the very end. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan. I appreciate you being here, and my goal is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment below, and now let's dive into the latest AI news. So the biggest AI update from this past week, in my opinion, was HubSpot's announcement of Breeze. They announced this at their annual Inbound conference, which took place in Boston this year. There was a really good presentation from Dharmesh Shah. I can't remember his position at HubSpot, but I would suggest watching this. This was my favorite one. I had it on live stream all day. I'll leave a link to this and everything else that I mentioned in the video description below. But he talks about Breeze. He talks about the advancement of different AI models. And he also talks about Agents AI, which is one of the components of Breeze that I'm going to get into here shortly. But there's a lot of Breeze, right? The best way to describe Breeze in layman's terms is the complete AI solution for marketing, sales, and service teams. This is their internal AI model. So you can think of like Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot's probably the best example. But HubSpot has come a long way with AI, especially with this announcement of Breeze. They have a Breeze Copilot. So again, think of a Microsoft Copilot, but for HubSpot. They have Breeze agents. So these AI agents that you can use inside HubSpot. They gave you a sneak peek of what this agent store will look like. Let's see if I can play it a little bit here. It looks like I skipped too far ahead, but yeah. So they have an agent AI store. So there's one for like community research, image generation, copy editor, image generator here, competitor analysis, keyword research, right? Think of this as like the custom GPTs or Claude projects of HubSpot, and it's all your internal data. And what's really important about Breeze is that it's not some white label OpenAI, it's not white label Anthropic or white label Google, whatever other AI model that currently exists. This is HubSpot's own AI model trained with its own data. I think that's really important to understand. It also talks about some workflow features. Here's some of the benefits and things that you can do inside Breeze, the content hub. So you can remix content. It has its own AI blog writer. It even has a website generator. So this is the marketing hub. I believe these are the different tiers of plans. AI email writer, report generator. For Sales Hub, you can do sales reporting, predictive sales forecasts, conversation intelligence, and then on and on and on, right? This content remix thing is actually really cool. So you can remix, I believe, like one podcast episode you can do from HubSpot into all different types of forms of short form content. So I think there's just so much going on with Breeze, and I would suggest reading this page for more details as I'm trying my best to just summarize this on a high level. So the second piece of news I wanted to cover was YouTube's annual event called Made on YouTube 2024. Now, not all of these new features are necessarily related to AI, but I just want to cover a few of these really quickly. The first one was Google VO is coming to Dream Screen. Now, if you've never heard of Google VO, this is essentially Google's version of Sora. Now, Sora obviously took the AI world by storm. That's OpenAI's AI video generation model. And then VO is Google's AI video generation model. So the update here is that on Dream Screen, which was announced last year, you can now use VO to generate more realistic background standalone video clips. So that's kind of cool there. The other update here was inspiration. So within YouTube Studio, you can now see they have a little demo here. You can use AI, YouTube's built-in AI feature here, to brainstorm thumbnails, brainstorm video ideas, descriptions. There's all sorts of things going on here. I think this one just shows thumbnails. Generate ideas, titles, thumbnails, and outlines to match your style. So that's really cool as well. Now, the rest of these aren't necessarily AI related, so I'm not going to cover them. But those two features here that were announced at this annual event, I thought were newsworthy. So on the same topic of Google, Google recently announced that they're going to start flagging AI-generated images in search later this year. Now, you can read this entire article for more information on what this is all about. It's a pretty short one here. But essentially in Google Images, and I think also in Google Search, Google's going to make it clear which results are AI generated. They're going to flag AI generated content and edited images in about this image window on search. So a few questions here. Number one, how are they necessarily going to know an image is AI generated? I'm sure there's ways to detect that, but I mean, that's probably got to be pretty sophisticated. And number two, you can technically generate images using Google Gemini. So is Google going to treat their Gemini created images the same way as what we see on Midjourney, DALL-E, or whatever other AI image generators are out there. Those are just some things to think about and what's on my mind when I see a headline like this. So on the same topic of Google, they keep adding more AI features to the Google Ads platform. And guys, if you didn't know, I manage over $100,000 a month in Google ad spend. It's a huge part of my business, so I see this stuff happening in real time. Now, the update here that's important to know is that they are adding Gemini models inside campaigns in more languages. When they first integrated Gemini into Google Ads, I believe it was English, maybe a few other languages, but now it's expanding to German, French, and Spanish languages. So they're continuing to push Gemini inside Google Ads. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Sure, Gemini can help you with ideation, with ad copy. It can even generate images sometimes. It can help with Performance Max campaigns. But at the end of the day, what you have to realize if you're running Google Ads campaigns, as Google pushes more AI features, they're trying to take account managers out of the scenario and have advertisers pay more money. That's the whole goal of this entire thing. So always keep that in mind when you see AI updates or AI features added inside Google Ads. So Amazon also announced several AI updates from this past week. Now, this was mostly geared towards sellers on Amazon's platform. So if you're a consumer of Amazon like I am, this doesn't really apply to you. I don't sell products on Amazon, but if you do, I would suggest giving this article a read. The first update was this Project Amelia, basically a personalized Amazon selling expert for every seller, right? So just like an AI assistant, probably trying to help Amazon sellers sell more of their products is what I would guess. Another big one here was they're doing generative AI product listings, basically just to speed up your product creation process and generate product listings using AI. That can be a very mundane task, I know. The big one, though, that I saw was that Amazon is actually having generative AI create video ads. So now sellers can use AI-generated video ads to help sell their products. I found this article on TechCrunch where it says Amazon releases a video generator, but only for ads. And so they actually have a demo of what this looks like. So if you're a seller on Amazon, I would suggest watching this video and just seeing what you can do here, right? So I'm not sure the quality of these, and it probably still has a long way to go. But I think this is important to talk about because yet we have another big tech company diving into AI video. I'm not sure if Amazon's going to create something for the consumer or just something for people like us to generate AI content or AI videos. They're mostly gearing this towards sellers right now. We'll see if they expand that as time goes on. On the same topic of AI video, we have Snapchat now getting into the game as Snap is introducing an AI video generation tool for creators. So at their Snap Partner Summit on Tuesday, Snapchat announces introducing a new AI video generation tool for creators. It will allow select creators, so that's important. It says select creators, so probably not people like me and you trying to snap our buddies every day because it's expensive to run these AI video generation models. So select creators to generate AI videos from text prompts and soon from image prompts. Now, I went down here and read this article before I hit record on this video. And so what's interesting here is my first thought was they're probably partnering with a Runway or a Google VO or some other AI video or Kling, right? Some other AI video model that currently exists versus doing it their own way. But it says here the company is likely hoping to go up against startups like Runway, OpenAI, and Adobe, which all plan to release text-to-video AI generators to the public later this year. Obviously, OpenAI's is Sora. That's the big wild card of AI video generation right now. So given that Snap hasn't shared any examples of outputs from its AI video generation tool, it's unclear how its product will fare against these other tools. So they haven't released any examples yet. So obviously, we can't go in there and kind of judge it against what currently exists, like with Runway Gen 3 or some of these other big ones. But just something to definitely keep your eye on here is Snapchat getting into AI video. And yet again, we have another update to AI video. This time it's Kling AI. I've mentioned Kling AI on a few other videos on my channel. This is a competitor to Sora, Runway. They can create some very impressive and realistic AI videos from simple text prompts. So right here it says 1.5 model. This is their new update. It's officially released. It supports generating 1080p HD videos in professional mode. And then it also added this new motion brush function. So they had a video here. If I scroll back, yeah, they have a little demo video. So let's mute this. So here's what it looks like, right? Here's the example of this motion brush, and they're going to show this in real time. And so let's say the moon is moving from to the upper right, or you're giving it direction of where you want something to move. So you can now take this brush and draw a direction of where you want an object in an image to go. And that's what it did, right? That's the technology of this new motion brush update here. So now it's telling this cat to jump over a bowl, and with the motion brush, you'll see that's what it did there. So really cool update that Kling has come out with, and I'm still sitting here waiting for Sora to just drop something to the public that we can start testing. And all these other AI video models just keep updating their platforms. So we'll see what happens when Sora comes out, but so far so good, and I'm still impressed with what Kling AI has to offer. So the last piece of AI news that I thought was important enough to cover is that Alibaba is trying to get into the AI game. Now, if you've never heard of Alibaba, they're based in China. They're essentially the Chinese Amazon. They're a huge e-commerce player, publicly traded on the US stock market. So it says they're releasing new open source models text to video. And this article goes on to talk about how the open source models, numbering more than 100, come from Alibaba's Qwen 2.5 family, its latest foundational large language models released in May. So you may be thinking, well, why is this a big deal? Well, the fact that these are open source models, because if we're being honest for a second, yes, there are a lot of open source AI models that currently exist, but who are they developed by? The only credible one that I can think of is Llama 3, which is developed by Meta. Think about ChatGPT from OpenAI. That's closed source. Claude from Anthropic, closed source. Google Gemini, closed source. So the fact that a huge player like Alibaba is now diving into open source AI models and investing a ton of money, probably millions of dollars to do this, this could have all sorts of implications in the large language model space. In trade, right? E-commerce, in AI video, as it mentioned, text to video here. But I'm not going to keep going on. You can read this article if you're interested in more information about Alibaba's open source models. But that's it, guys. Appreciate you if you've made it this far. Again, my name is Ryan. Be sure to subscribe, like this video if you found value. Also, if I missed any important AI news from this past week, please leave me a comment below. I know there's so much going on. It's easy to overlook some of these stories happening. So that's why I rely on you guys to keep me informed as well. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.